Yo, straight fire. Yo. Yo, straight fire coming at you direct. Spitting bars about this era. Jack Tilly Norwood, fake as hell. Pixels on fleek. Hollywood pushing her hard, but we ain't weak. I check it, Tilly Norwood, born in the lab. No heart, no soul, just code on the slab. Melissa Barrera screaming, this shit's disgusting. Emily Blunt like scary as fuck, we bustin'. Natasha Leon and Toni Collette on the attack. Third to our jobs, post-sex, strike crack. Unions, equity, and act right. Throwing shade, Jamila Jamil says deeply disturbed. Get paid, talent agents is Gersh and WME bail out quick. Ain't representing no bot, that's some sick trick. Fuck Hollywood, shoving Tilly down our throat. Hey, I bitch ain't real, she a glitch in the code. Tryna force feed us this digital hope, but we laughing hard, yo, let the real ones flow. 40 more coming, diverse size squad. Keep that crap, we want humans, not fraud. 30 more coming, diverse size squad. Keep that crap, we want humans, not fraud. Vanderbilt and talking, it's just CGI art. But actors raging, now you tearing us apart. No lunch breaks, no tantrum, she acts all day. Stealing spots from the pros in the worst way. Imagine the set, Tilly freezing mid-scene. Buffering like dial-up, what a joke obscene. Post a 2030 these strike, we fought tooth and nail. Now this pixel puppet making real stars, well. Backlash building like a drive-by diss. Hollywood tripping, but we resist. Fuck Hollywood, shoving Tilly down our throat. I bitch ain't real, she a glitch in the code. Tryna force feed us this digital hope, but we laughing hard, yo, let the real ones flow. 40 more coming, diverse size squad. Keep that crap, we want humans, not fraud. 30 more coming, diverse size squad. Keep that crap, we want humans, not fraud. Yo, picture Oscars night, Tilly snagging the gold. No acceptance speech, just error code. Bold, crowd boo her ass while she loops in a freeze. This A invasion got us on our knees, laughing. Real actors hustling, sweating the game. Tilly's a meme, forever lame. From the streets to the screen, we keep it authentic. Fuck your bots, Hollywood, that's our verdict. Peace out, Tilly, you ain't got no flow. 90s rap style, now you know. Humans forever, hey, I can suck it. Grog dropping truth, now bucket.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing? Welcome back to the show. Let me make sure I got that. What the fuck is going? God damn it. Hold on a second. All right. Apparently, I saved it as the wrong file. Damn it. What am I giving up on AI? What's going on? Well, now I'm giving up on shit. I'm giving up on a goddamn thing. I gotta go. I gotta re-download the damn thing. See, this is what happens when I'm trying to do like 18 billion things at once. This always happens to me every single fucking time. You know, I'm like, all right, let me get sure it's a PNG transparent background. And then of course I mix it up. Okay. Hold on, yo. All right, there we go. Okay, so for those of you who are wondering who Tilly Norwood is, this is Tilly Norwood. Tilly Norwood does not exist. That's what you got to remember, folks. Tilly Norwood. Yeah, this song sounds like it's an anti-AA song. It kind of is. It kind of is. I grab a bunch of information, I throw it in like a blender, basically, and I'm like, make a song. And it's like, all right. And then I go live without ever usually hearing it. Because you know what, Music Man or Spherical Man, you know why? You know why I was? Because I was working on a Scott and Frank comic. That's what I was trying to do. And I may not be able to do the punchline that I want to do because of violations. We'll see. You weren't wondering? Oh, yeah, I bet you weren't wondering. But Tilly owes me $1 million, yeah. See, Tilly, this is an interesting thing. A lot of people, I don't want to say, people themselves are talking about Tilly Norwood, right? But, Hollywood is talking about Tilly Norwood. Like, Hollywood is trying to make it the thing. Okay. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here. So, like, we're going to go through the history of who this character is before we look at some cool little AI videos. But Tilly Norwood is a creation, almost some might say an abomination, if you will. So here we go. AI actor Tilly Norwood drops debut single and music video, Take the Lead. I'm just a tool, but I've got a life. I mean, that sounds like your average Trump voter, to be fair. It's a horrible name. It's actually not a horrible name. I kind of like it. Jennifer Tilly is the only Tilly I'm interested in. Yeah. 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 Bound comes to mind for that one. Bound absolutely comes to mind for that one. Never mind The Bride of Chucky. That outfit Tiffany was in is iconic for a reason, my friends. It's lived on for so many years as a result of that. I I don't know how many of you out there have fired off knuckle children to Jennifer Tilly. I don't even think she'd be that upset. But here is what we know about this. What up, HWAD? How you doing? How you doing? Oh my god. Hold on. I'm trying to get this damn thing to work. Fucking AI and its goddamn guardrails. Bound indeed. That's right. That's right. Mo here is like, I don't like them. Mo, you don't, again, you've only recently discovered your body. So, we'll work on that. Anyway. So actor to AI actor. I want to make sure that's abundant there. AI actor Tilly Norwood drops debut single. Okay, here's what it says here. Let's see here. She's really, I don't even know how to refer to her. It's hard to not just go, yeah, it's a her, right? Now, if we were to call Tilly Norwood an it, would that be phobic to some extent? That becomes a question. At what point is there agency for the AI, right? At what point does the AI start to seek personhood? Now that would be a subject for a dystopian thriller. The AI wants autonomy. Anyway, so from the London-based Zakoia Studios, the release comes ahead of Norwood's official AI acting debut this year and offers the first glimpse into the evolving Tillyverse, an entertainment world where AI characters live, interact, and work. See, now hold on. Lily Ford. And we're gonna look at Lily Ford because, like, honestly, I'm only seeing reports about Tilly Norwood coming out of the Hollywood Reporter. And it's like Hollywood is trying to manifest this. Are we now asking AI for pronouns? I don't know, dude. I don't know. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I just fucking work here. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what they want. I don't know what we're gonna be able to get out of that. You know, and we gotta do that. We gotta definitely do that. Okay, so anyway, where am I now? All right, so Take the Lead is inspired by a recently published essay written by Eline van der Velden, Norwood's creator and CEO of production at company Particle 6 and its AI talent studio Zakoia. The lyrics, she explains, reflects on last year's extensive backlash across Hollywood following the news that agents were looking to sign Norwood. That's so wild. Okay. So the music video released today shows an AI Norwood singing atop a London rooftop, swinging from a disco ball in the bath, and flying through the clouds on a blown up flamingo. You know what? Yeah. Anyway, let's take a look. Let's take a look at what this is. All right, we got this here. The following production was made by 18 real humans, from production designers to costume designers to prompters, editors, and an actor. No flamingos were harmed in the process. I don't know what we're in for, my friends. I don't know what exactly is going to be happening here. But what I do know is that we are definitely going to be in for some kind of weird treat. So let's dive in. Okay, it's reading the thing. We can't be quiet. All right. Come on, there we go.
When they talk about me, they don't see the human spark, the creativity.
Ah, that's horrible.
Behind the code, behind the light, I'm just a tool, but I've got life. Do them come from nowhere? No. A story's always told, you know. It's not a glitch, it's taste and time, and a human touch, a grand design. They think I'm just a dollar dream, but I got more than they believe. I'm not a puppet, I'm the star, guided by the heart. That's who we are. Actors, it's time to take the lead. Create the future, plant the seed. Don't be left out, don't fall behind. Build your own and you'll be free. We can scale, we can grow. Be the creators we've always known. It's the next evolution, can't you see? AI's not the enemy, it's the key. In this world, we're told to fight, to be seen, to take.
I'm so weirded out right now.
Like legitimately. And still feel the heartbeat. It's not a trick. It's just the start. A chance to own what we impart. From performance to creation's crown. We can be both up and down.
It's a waste of food.
They say it's not real, that it's fake, but I am still human. Make no mistake, my soul's in every move I take, and you can own the path you make. Actors, it's time to take the lead. Create the future, plant the seed. Don't be left out, don't fall behind. Build your own and you'll be free. We can scale, we can grow. We're the creators we've always loved. It's the next evolution, can't you see? AI's not the enemy.
I am legitimately weirded out.
They wanna lock us out. We stand tall, no more fear. We can break down that wall. We own our story, we own our name. Let's light the future. We're not the same. Actors, it's time to take the lead. Create the future, plant the seed. Don't be left out, don't fall behind. Build your own.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat.
We can scale, we can grow. Be the creators we've always known. It's the next evolution, can't you see? AI's not the enemy.
I don't know, maybe it is.
Take your part. Take
Oh my God.
the next evolution is all the right. Don't lock it all. Don't hesitate. Actors, we create our fate.
Jesus Christ. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So you notice how you barely see her singing. Well, yeah, they mostly what they're doing is the close-ups that are out of sync, right? There's not, it's that was weird. Let me just kind of move that away then, shall we? So maybe AI was a mistake. That's kind of like, yeah, I'm looking at it like that a little bit there, because this is what is weird about this is even I, as a person who is pro AI and wants to see it used in the creative spaces, looks at this and goes, the fuck are we watching? What the fuck is this shit? You know, it's like, it feels, I'm not going to lie, to me, this whole thing feels like Cope. You know what I mean? Like Cope, you know, like somebody over there at the Hollywood Reporter is writing about Tilly Norwood. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody out there is writing about Tilly Norwood and it's getting attention, right? But even here, I'll show you guys this here. We'll come over to this. This is from today, just looking at the news, right? Just Googling Finish the Snyderverse with AI. Exactly. The slippery slope has begun. I disagree. I disagree, but I see what you're trying to say. So what we're looking at here is you've got so Hollywood Reporter 14 hours ago. Okay, Deadline, okay, IGN, Tech Radar, Gizmodo, USA Today, Variety. By the way, Hollywood Reporter, Deadline, Variety, all owned by the same company. Polygon, owned by Valnet. You know, they're writing about it. Just Jared is covering it. You know, I mean, like, you can just start seeing all of these different outlets are talking about it. Never mind it being all over social media. So who is this for? All right. Like, who is this for? That ends up becoming the bigger question. Now, Spherical Man here says, I've loved almost all the AI slop I've seen, but this is a big old nope for me. And I think I know the reason why you feel that way, Spherical Man. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that they are trying too hard. Right. A lot of slop that you see, and let's be fair, even the shit I like, the fucking some of the shit I do, a lot of the shit I do is slop. All right. But it's meant to be slop for fun, right? Like Scott and Frank is AI, but that's AI for fun, right? It's like, it's AI. It doesn't take itself seriously. You know, like, it is still my interpretation of a lot of shit. That's more done for fun. This stuff is done for fun. Tilly Norwood is being done in order to usher in something. And I don't quite know what it is. Yeah, the Bigfoot stuff was a lot of fun. I love the Bigfoot stuff. That I wish it would come back. I miss all the Bigfoot vlogs. I miss all the weird Sora 2 crazy shit because Sora 2 nerfed itself so much. Thank you, Mo, for the 99-cent super sticker. There was a super chat here from Rational. Thank you, buddy. Another strike is definitely coming because of stuff like this. But what Hollywood doesn't understand is that you can't fight the future. Well, that's what Matthew McConaughey has been saying. And people got really mad at Matthew McConaughey for saying that, right? He says, yeah, you got to go out. You got to, like, you know, basically, like, you know, kind of like license your voice, license your face, like take control of your image, you know. But then if something comes along that you want to loan it to or license it to, then, you know, take the money, sort of thing. That's what he was saying. And he's not wrong about that at all. I don't know what's going to be happening on the next bit of all of this. I have no idea where things are going to go next. But I find it to be so wildly interesting when you look at the idea of Tilly Norwood, because it does feel like this is something that's astroturfed, you know. And I've seen a lot of people today going like, who the fuck is this for? Like, seriously, who in the fuck is this for? That was during the Timothy interview. Yeah. Well, that interview has caused quite a number of problems, right? Potentially even costing Timothy Chalamet his Oscar, from what I've been hearing. I mean, then again, I don't know what Polymarket says now, that Michael B. Jordan is predicted to win, as if Polymarket is in any way understanding of how the Academy votes. Although, to be fair, Michael B. Jordan might actually win, but people are gonna then be asking the question, was it based on merit or was it based on vibes? And then there we go. Who wants an Oscar anyway? Well, he doesn't deserve it. Timothy Chalamet or Michael B. Jordan? I think Michael B. Jordan should definitely get it. Absolutely should get it, because doing a dual role like that, it's like Army Hammer in The Social Network should have been like best supporting, you know, doing dual roles simultaneously while having it, you know, seem good. Yeah. Timothy, yeah, for Marty Supreme. Yep, that's what he's up for. I haven't seen it. I don't really care to. You know, I don't mind for me, and it's like, it's just, I think Timothy Chalamet is overrated. I do. I think he's overrated. I'm not saying he's a bad actor. I just think he's overrated. You know, I'm like, all right, yeah, he was fine as Paul Atreides. I mean, I think that's maybe the only thing I've seen him in. Marty Supreme doesn't really interest me. Wonka didn't interest me, you know, even though it's from the guy who did the Paddington movies. So, like, there's that. And Hugh Grant as an Oompa Loompa looked funny, but otherwise, like, it just kind of came and went. You know, Army Hammer, The Social Network, did he eat anyone alive? He never actually ate anyone. You don't need to. It's a good cast, bad story. Well, yeah. See, well, it's kind of funny about that too, because you had the Sadfie brothers. They broke up, right? So then you went and you had one of them do Smashing Machine, which went nowhere, and then the other one doing Marty Supreme, which, you know, is also kind of a crap movie from what I hear. I don't think I've heard anyone say that it was good. And I think that's kind of maybe where we are now with just kind of like movies in general. Like critics, either critics don't know how to critique a movie, or everything has to be in a box. Let's see here. Did I hear that NVIDIA is releasing its open source AI Nemo Claw? I did not know. Oh, but Smashing Machine was good. How was The Rock in that? Was it did The Rock get snubbed for not getting a Best Actor nod? Or did he get a Best Actor nod and I didn't even pay attention? I have no idea. That ends up showing you how much I really pay attention to the Oscars these days. I haven't cared in so long. I have not cared. And you know, God, it's been so fucking long since I've given a shit. Okay. Oops, I clicked on the wrong thing. Am I ready for Columbo Day? No. Columbo Day. Did we even call it Columbus Day anymore? When is Columbus Day? Wait, didn't that already happen? Hold on here. When is Columbus Day? Or Columbus? I mean, giving. Let's see here. Columbus Day 2026 is Monday, October 12th. Okay. Yeah, we're way off from that. But though, Matthew, I'm waiting for Columbo Day, Matthew. Yeah. Let's see. Dwayne, for once, acted his ass off in that movie, and he got snubbed. Yeah. Well, I think it's kind of like with horror films. You know what I'm saying? Like Hollywood. The thing is, like, look, I think Hollywood, to an extent, realizes that, like, in many ways, their relevance is shrinking. You know, their relevance is absolutely shrinking. And you know, it's like movie tickets are down, right? Ticket sales are down. I looked at AMC stock today and it was down to like $1. You know, but that's also in part because they've been like splitting their stock. They've got about less than $500 million in cash, hoping to kind of float them through. I could see AMC starting to severely shut down theaters, but they've only got 400 locations, like 403 locations around the country. Regal has about 593 locations around the country. So, you know, there's like it's starting to die, guys. It's starting to die. There's no stopping it at this point. Unless prices come down, there's no stopping it. Oh, one more question, Mr. Jarbo Columbo. Yeah, kind of. Thank you there for that, Mo. H Bart's here for 5. Thank you. Says, what do you think of the Bride flopping? Why do they keep setting Universal monsters in modern times? Well, I mean, I don't think that the Bride was meant to be anything other than like an award bait. But what got me about that was it's an award bait movie that opened in March. Right? You don't normally open awards bait movies, like Oscar Gold type films, until like the end of the year. So the fact that the Bride was pushed back to March more or less buried its chances of getting recognized by the Academy, or by most awards. It's just kind of like the numbers game of how many films come out each year, how many films are being made in order to push that particular, the award season rush or whatever. But it's also entirely possible that they wanted to release the movie at this time to let it come out and then simmer and then put out, a campaign later on that, they can sit there and be like, no, time has passed. Maybe people will come to appreciate it more, sort of thing. And I don't know. I don't know if that's the case or not. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Not being so close to Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, which in and of itself was a very mid movie, but it was, it was well done. Same thing with Sinners. Like Sinners is like well done. I want to show you guys what I'm talking about with this though, right? This might get me copyright claims, so whatever, fuck it. But I was watching this on Twitter earlier today. Somebody had shared the final shootout scene of Sinners, and I'm just going to show this to you guys. But I want to show it to you guys in a particular way here. So we're gonna show it to you. I'm gonna show it to you twice. Okay, so this is when he starts shooting. This is not the start of the scene, but this is when he starts opening fire. I want you to pay close attention to it. Okay, we're gonna watch it once, and then I want you guys to watch it again. Where I'm gonna play it again without sound, but just watch the editing. Also, look at the lighting.
You got a cigarette?
You go to hell, nigger.
But see, look at the lighting right there. It's like it's overcast. Now the sun's directly on him. See, look at that right there. Okay. Sun's low, sun's up. It's now the scene itself, white people can say the N-word. In 1930s Southern America, yeah, they probably could. But okay, so that's the scene right there. Okay, like on its own, you might think, wow, it's a pretty cool scene. But I want you I'm gonna not play the whole thing again, play half of it again, but I'm gonna do so without any sound. And I want you just to watch the editing. Watch how long the scenes are in between. Watch how they sync up. Watch how the flow of it moves, never mind the changing of the light. When I talk about like this movie is sun's getting pretty low, big guy. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. When this movie has, when I say a very rushed third act, this scene, I believe, was part of that rushing. I think they needed an ending that was explosive to make up for the lackluster vampire encounter at the end. But just like watch it again, and watch it just without sound, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, he's shooting, right? A little bit longer of a shot. Then it cuts through as he's already probably expended most of his magazine. I mean, he's got the drum, but he's shooting, and then it's just like the bullets hitting there, the shit's all popping off, stuff's getting hit. But the way that his gun is aiming, right? Look at the gun right there, trajectory, more or less towards the back part of the vehicle there. But then all of a sudden, these guys are just all falling down. We're seeing the gunshots go off, right? And everything else. So then guy runs right there and he shoots at him as the guy is right there running towards the truck. He's aiming more or less right at the guy. Those rounds, those bam, 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 that little burst right there, that would have shot the guy. At the range he is at, how fast those bullets are going, he would have shot that dude. Okay. Then you got these guys right here lined up all in a row, but whatever. Okay. So then he goes back over here. A guy jumps in. Again, it's the shot itself. It shows him right here, and this guy is more or less right by the truck. Okay. Look at like the proximity of the truck right here. Okay. How close it is. Guy right there is about ready to jump on in. Okay. Then here we see him. All right. He comes back over here. And then we got what? We got one. Watch the footsteps. You got 1, 2, and he jumps up, right? So that's a solid, I'd say 4 feet, 3-4 feet that the guy's able to move to while he's going to this angle right here. So it's already not lining up. Okay. So then he goes and you get this shot here. Okay. Showing like the distance between the two. The gun's right there. The guy's got a gun right there. Look at that finger, I mean, he's got trigger discipline, but he's got his gun out right there. They are right there. The gun is not even pointed at Michael B. Jordan at all. It raises. It goes to raise. Okay. Look right there. It's pointing up. All right. And then it points. Look at that right there. It's still pointing in the same direction. but it's pointing at somebody else entirely. He's got a clear line of sight to Michael B. Jordan right there. The gun is raised up. Michael B. Jordan is not even okay. He's got the gun. He's got, okay, he's reloading it. Okay. Right there. Right there. He's got a clear line of sight before he even like moves back. Okay. He goes to reload, pulls out, drops the drum, pulls out a fucking grenade. Gun is not loaded. Okay. Right. Cool shot there. Pops the pin, spits the pin out. Okay. Then look at this here. We can see that the pin's popped, which means this thing is gonna pop out, right? So he doesn't have his hand on it right there. No hand on it right there. So he pulls it like this. Then we see it pop, right? So it's down right here. Okay. It's out right here. It's down right there. Okay. Bad continuity. All right. He then runs up. It just jumps, not even around the truck. Okay. Not even around the truck. And we cut to the insert of the car. We see the other side of the truck right here. He's now completely on the other side of that. The guy who already had him in his line of sight with the gun already raised is still not able to get the shot. There hasn't been a shot fired, but look at him here retreating like there's gunshots firing at him as Michael B. Jordan comes up to throw the grenade in. There he fires off a round. We see the slide go back on the pistol. Again, not aimed at him, but still like the guy's not paying attention. All right. And he throws the grenade in. Okay. Bam. All right. Then he cuts back over here. Now, all of a sudden, the gun is drawn with the magazine, not the drum. We didn't watch him reload this at all. We did not watch him do this at all. And then he just opens fire. Okay. And again, guy right there. And look at the rounds. Look, he's so close. He's close. Very close. We got at least one. I'd count a couple rounds. Shoots the thing right there, hits the side of the wood. It doesn't hit the guy in the back at all. Okay, but he's so close, but that guy's able to get one shot off him and put him right there in the abdomen. All right. And he feels it, and then he goes right back to shooting, and then it just blows up. But we already catch it mid-explosion. So everyone there is dead. And then he's like, again, but then look also at the sun. Okay, look at the color of the lightness of the image there. Okay, this is supposed to be sun up. All right, so here we got this shot here. We got full light. Okay, and then now it cuts back over, and it's now dark. Now this could be a aesthetic being done to signify that the light in his life is now out and that he is near death. I mean, one could make that argument. Fine, if you want to do that. Okay. Yeah, that happens in films. It's a different shot and still missed. How though? It's because it's just again, this whole scene is poorly edited. It's poorly conceptualized, poorly staged, poorly edited. Okay, so you get shot right there, and again, look at this here. You've got dark, all shaded. Now all of a sudden we see light that wasn't there before. Okay, and then again, light, right? Light like this. Walks over, we see the light. Now the light's gone. Right now, you could make the argument that the sun had that shading had already gone over while they were doing this. That they weren't using they were using natural lighting for all this. And that could be the case. All right, but not all of this is natural lighting. It just looks bad. Right? Here's all the same, but again, you got like the darker, the more shaded stuff, which I would assume they probably would have had a diffuser above them. And then, but this guy didn't have one, although this light right here, this light on his, you could call it a halo light, if you will, that's shading him. That is not natural. That is absolutely a stage light that they have set up there. That's the gaffer, that's the DP and the gaffer working together in order to kind of get that. But they were outlining that guy with the light for that shot there. And probably this does feel more natural, to be fair, but I don't know. Either way, the scene is it is so bad. Parallax thinks I've nitpicked the film too much. Everything I've nitpicked the movie on has been correct. Everything. The reason why I will nitpick, could that have been a reshoot? Possible. Very possible. I'm thinking more towards reshoot, and then not being able to match everything up, but it's still a poorly edited together scene. All right. Like it's meant to move so fast you don't notice it, But when I was watching it today, I was scrolling through Twitter, and I saw it without any sound on, and I watched it without any sound on, and then when you watch it without any sound on, you start to see everything. So whoever cut that together just did not do good. He never watched it and lied about it for a year. Wait, he never watched Sinners and lied about it for a year? Yeah, well, he did the same thing with, like, Avatar, right? He was bitching about that, but didn't watch Avatar until he watched it pirated. That's the whole thing with Parallax. I don't really give a shit. Like, don't lie. Don't, if I haven't seen something, I'm not gonna act like I have. I'll just tell you guys I haven't seen it. So that's my whole thing with Sinners on that one is just more or less the idea that this is, it's stupid. It's just it is a not well-made movie. You know what I mean? It's a not well-made movie. And the biggest problem with it, should the editor be blackballed from Hollywood? No. No, but I think people, like that's one of the things, man. People need to realize that these movies, like, you can criticize these films, all right? Like, the whole thing with Sinners is that people are relying more on vibes rather than what you're actually being shown. And, maybe it's my OCD, maybe it's my ADHD, maybe it's the fact that, I love the process of making movies. But but that editing is like, oof, that is not good. And, like, the thing is, though, but if you call it out, people go, "Oh, you're wrong. You just didn't get it." Like, no, I got it, but it wasn't well done, right? Like it's just that whole notion of this is a rushed product. And yet nobody wants to acknowledge that for some reason. Yeah, H. Bart's here says that my parents didn't care for it. Yeah, that's what he was telling me there. Or should they go back to school? It would have been a pre-production issue, as well as a producer and scripty issue as well. You have people on set that are there for continuity's sake. All right, the DP should have been aware of that. The DP should have absolutely been aware of the lighting. They should have been aware of the composition of the shots. They should have been aware of everything else. The fact that it goes from light to dark like that. I mean, sometimes it happens in movies and you can just see it, like you can tell when there's a reshoot. Like, I was watching Stranger Things season 5, and there's this part where, like, Mikey and Will are walking, and then, like, at the very end of the scene, you can totally tell it's a reshoot because Finn Wolfhard's hair is entirely different. But what they're counting on is for people to not know that. They're counting on people to not notice that. Unfortunately, those little details are things that I pay attention to. And I like them, but I can still be critical about it and be like, it's a cool scene, but it was very kind of poorly put together. Could it have been time constraint issue while filming? Possible. There's a ton of reasons, right? There's a ton of reasons why it could have turned out like that. But at the same time, a competent director, who Ryan Coogler is, right? If you look at, actually, hold on. Let me also say here, Ryan Coogler in Black Panther 1, the final battle sequence between Killmonger and Black Panther was heavily criticized for its lack of light and for how incongruent it felt to audiences at the time. But because it seems in many ways that people are trying to more or less, like, brute force Ryan Coogler getting a Best Director award, because if he gets a Best Director award, he'll be the first, black man to do it, which is a shame that it's taken this long. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't even want to denigrate him as a director. I think he's a good storyteller. Okay. But I also feel like one of the biggest problems a lot of storytellers have is they don't have somebody there sitting there and going like, I don't know, man, let's talk about this, right? Christopher Nolan has that. George Lucas has that. Spielberg has had that recently. He's been with the same director of photography now for so long that his movies just feel very similar. James Gunn had the same thing with his films, right? Guardians 2, Guardians 3, Suicide Squad, and Superman all had the same cinematographer. And they all kind of felt a little bit the same. They felt kind of samey. And, I would argue Guardians were a bit more colorful than Superman and Suicide Squad. Both of those color templates were exceptionally muted compared to Guardians. But there was a lot of emotional stuff that went on with the Guardians movies. And Gunn is really good at getting good performances out of his actors, which he was able to do. Ryan Coogler is able to get very good performances out of his actors. No matter what I have said about Sinners, I have always maintained the acting is top notch. right? Delroy Lindo deserves his accolades, right? The other lady, I can never pronounce her name, from fucking Loki. She deserves her accolades. Haley Steinfeld accolades, Michael B. Jordan accolades, right? All those guys accolades out the fucking wazoo. They brought their A game. It was great stuff. However, from a storytelling perspective, which is what movies are, they're stories. You end up finding yourself in a situation where certain people kind of tend to just look the other way. Tarantino has that. I mean, yeah, a little bit. But Tarantino can still knock it out of the damn park because he tells these weirdly compelling stories with very compelling characters put in situations way over their head, right? Sinners is not trying to be a Tarantino film. It's not even trying to be a From Dusk Till Dawn ripoff, which is by and large a Tarantino film, or at least half of one. I don't buy the From Dusk Till Dawn vibes that people try to put on that. I think that's weak comparison, to be honest with you, because From Dusk Till Dawn is not about two brothers opening up a bar in order to help rebuild their community, in the deep South during the Jim Crow era. All right. It's about two brothers on the run trying to get over the border to Mexico with the bank money that they stole while then trying to fight vampires. It's not the same movie. Similar theme or similar setup. Okay. Similar setup, but I didn't see fucking Remick rocking a fucking, a fucking boa constrictor around his neck. You know what I'm saying? So it's like shit like that. It is not the same thing at all. People just that is a jumping to conclusions comparison, and it's not baked by any kind of or backed by any kind of intelligence. It just really isn't. Let's see. Peter Jackson lost a cinematographer and hasn't wanted to make a movie since. Did his cinematographer die? Is that what happened? And I can understand that too, but you know what? He needs to put his big boy pants on and motherfucking make another goddamn movie. But I want Peter Jackson to go back to stuff like Frighteners, But after you do, or how about this? How about the Tintin sequel we were promised that he was going to direct? Ryan Coogler hasn't been the same since Chadwick. Yeah, that definitely rocked his world a bit. Well, Tarantino had Sally Menke, and she had edited everything up into or everything up into and including Inglorious Bastards. And then she died by hiking. She went hiking on a hot day and succumbed to the heat. That's how Sally Menke died. And then ever since then, I think he's kind of been, but then after that, he did fucking Django, and then he did fucking Hateful Eight, and then Once Upon a Time, and now he's coming into his last movie. So, or whatever stage play he's doing now. You can find other people that can, get you what you need. I think some of the people are too afraid to do it. What do I think is Peter Jackson's best achievement? Actually conveying the Lord of the Rings. Now, did he get everything right? No, it's very difficult to do what he did, but he accomplished it. But it wasn't just him. It was a team of people that helped. But getting that team together and doing it in the way that he did, that worked as well as it did, that was as compelling as it was and long lasting as it was, is definitely something that's good. Tarantino locked himself into a box when he said he can only do 10 movies. Yeah, pretty much. Droga here says, I need that Tintin sequel. Dude, I need that shit in my veins. Hey, did you know, by the way, that the original Hergé comics, the Tintin comics out of France, are now in the public domain? Did you know that? So you could actually make your own. I'm tempted to, actually. Mo here says, I'd rather have a movie about those Native American vampire hunters from the beginning of the film. They weren't even in the beginning of the movie. They were still a solid quarter of the movie into the film, or quarter of the way into the film. And yeah, I'd like to do that. I'd like to see that. I think that'd be great. I think that'd be pretty awesome. And I wanted to kind of go back to this one here. Why do they keep setting universal monsters in modern times? It's easier. To a lot of people, it's just easier to tell those stories. It's just it's ridiculous that they want it. Those are Victorian era stories that they want to try to modernize. And that was even kind of the big problem with even Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, is he was trying to modernize it enough. And it was just, but remember that he still fell into that Netflix trap of re-explaining the plot every 20 minutes. It was pretty bad. That's the whole thing with these, with some of the stuff these days is some of these like prestige filmmakers are very much in a place right now where they're not able to like, either they're too afraid to like step outside the box because they're afraid to not get, um, like to not even, I don't know how I want to explain this. Like it feels like they're not trying as much anymore. And maybe that's just because of the way things are. Maybe that's just because of the way things are in Hollywood now. People are too afraid to try anything new. Like, 'cause I was watching like Megan 2, and Megan 1 took itself like so seriously. Megan 2 just said fuck it and didn't. And I thought Megan 2 was way better than Megan 1. I had so much fun with Megan 2. But that's just me. Blargan, hey, what's up, man? Says there's a Universal's monster movie playing in theaters right now that isn't set in modern times. Are you talking about The Bride? Is that what you're talking about? I thought The Bride was set in modern times. Or maybe it's set like in the 20s or some shit like that. I don't even know. But to me, the 20s is more like modern times, I guess. Well, maybe that's not true. That's not true. But yeah. Hey, Blargan, if you want to come on in, I'll send you a link. No, no, I'm not cutting out. You're cutting out. So, the 1930s. Okay. Okay. See, I mean, I want to see The Bride. Is it, but I also have no desire to like pay for it. I'll be honest. You know, I just have no desire to fucking pay for it. I just don't feel like some of these movies are worth it. You know what I mean? Like, I know that sounds bad to say, but it's like I would rather, actually, well, let me explain. One of the reasons why I feel that way has a lot to do with, you know, um, the value of, again, the cost of the ticket is one of the things that gets me the most. And I've talked openly about that for a long time. So, I'm not gonna sit there and, I'm not going to experiment as much because I don't really feel like I need to. I'll just wait. I have no problem waiting, you know. But I could also sit there and say that going to the theaters more often is like a young man's game. And I just do not have, um, I just don't have the time or the bandwidth. Now, I will say this. Here's something fascinating. All right, we are 5 days or so removed from the release of a brand new Pixar movie, and there has not been, and I mean this, there has not been a copy of the movie leaked online. There's not been a copy of the movie bootlegged at all. Do I mean the prices of movies, yeah, like the cost of going. Okay, 20 minutes, cool. Uh, yeah, okay. You're not that young, but you still go. Are you married or in a relationship? Do you have kids? That's a factor. All right, maybe when I say it like that, I am implying that I have all of these responsibilities. You know, like I didn't get to sleep last night till like fucking 5 o'clock in the morning, and I woke up at 7:30 because my daughter is sick, and I slept a couple hours off and on today. So my whole schedule is fucked, and I'm working on a novella, which I'm working on. So let's see here. Nope, you do not. There you go. Your responsibility level is lower. And that's not knocking you, by the way. I'm not trying to make fun of you or be mean about it or anything. It's just true. H Barts here says the last Universal monster movie that was good was the Wolfman 2010 director's cut. I need to see the director's cut of Joe Dante's. No, sorry, Joe Johnston's. Um, that one. I know they released it on the 4K a while back. I hear it looks really good. When is the Search for Gollum coming out? Is it being hyped? I mean, they're talking about like Anya Taylor-Joy and some other guy being cast in the movie. Apparently Viggo Mortensen is not going to be in it, so they might cast somebody else for Aragorn. Like more or less Ian McKellen. We know he's in it, but he's kind of dropped that even like, even Elijah Wood has basically said like he's probably, he hasn't said that he's back, but he's very much hinted that he's back. Let's see, The Devil's Advocate is on 4K from Arrow. Holy shit. Nice. The church scene in general. God, the church scene. Full frontal Charlize Theron. Just bring the Rings of Power cast in. Fuck it. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Oh, it's Scream Factory. Okay. Yeah, now that Scream Factory is kind of owned by somebody else and they're doing everything through Groove, I'm just gonna wait for Groove to have some good sales. It is it's a prequel, I believe. I believe that The Hunt for Gollum's a prequel. That one feels really weird to me. That one feels kind of like the War of the Rohirrim. It was just done in order to keep the theatrical rights. You know, even though I liked the War of the Rohirrim, a lot of people I don't think did. You know, I just I enjoyed it for what it was. When is the next Criterion Collection sale? Coming up soon, probably next couple months. No, it's a midquel. It takes place in between bits of Fellowship. Oh, really? Is that what it is? I honestly like that's one that I really want to see, but I just also am not gonna like do more research on until the film is like I think in production. So then I just don't get my fucking hopes up on it, you know what I mean? It's one page in the book. Well, there you go. Are you talking about the War of the Rohirrim or are you talking about the Hunt for Gollum? Because the War of the Rohirrim is not even like one page. It's like a paragraph in the appendices. Mo here says the Hunt for Gollum is a sequel because somehow Gollum survived falling into the volcano. I mean, we watched him melt, you know, so I guess that's kind of a thing. I don't know. That's kind of odd. It's kind of crazy, I guess. Oh my jeez. Let's see here. Before Gollum is captured by Sauron and tells him about the Shire. Oh, is that when it is? Okay. That's cool. I'm okay with that. Right. Like I'm definitely curious to see because there was something I was watching some video about the Lord of the Rings and they talked about Gollum, like, you know, what had happened to him. And it's an interesting story, but I don't know if it needs to be a movie. You know what I mean? Yeah, is Andy Serkis doing it? Isn't he directing the movie? Is he directing the film? This is the thing I don't know. I feel like it's been so long that I just don't know. You know? Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Let's see. Anything else going on today? What else is happening today? I mean, we could watch more Tilly Norwood shit, but I don't think you guys want to watch more Tilly Norwood shit. There is more that I want to show you guys in regards to all that. But we're gonna get to that point eventually. Oh yeah, I'll show you guys this real quick. So this is like the only other introduction to Tilly Norwood that we have. Is like this little bit right here in this clearly AI generated video.
100% AI generated by some company called Particle 6.
She'll do anything I say. I'm already in love.
Girl next door vibes.
Like if a Sunday roast went to drama school and got BAFTA optimized.
But can she cry on Graham Norton?
Of course she can, and it'll be clipped, subtitled, and monetized on TikTok by lunchtime.
We're all going to hell. Got recommissioned, didn't it?
3 seasons and a podcast.
By an AI commissioner, much faster.
But hey, at least it wasn't a reboot.
Interesting shit. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Gollum is not a good guy. Smeagol is kind of is the personality caused by the ring. Yeah. No, we know that. Oh, yeah, that's what you're saying. Yeah, no, Gollum is the evil one. Smeagol is the good one. And those are some good scenes. Those are some very good scenes. Because you really do feel for Smeagol. You know, you really do feel for Smeagol, but you can't say that you feel all that much for for Gollum. You kind of want Gollum just to get his shit pushed in. Because he's fucking annoying. That's what's going on. He's a fucking annoying guy. All right. So what I wanted to show you guys was kind of keeping on track with the Tilly Norwood thing. Because there's not a lot going on right now, Hollywood-wise. Like, I think one of the other big pieces today was that, what was it? Harvey Weinstein did an interview from Rikers. You know, One Piece season 2 came out. Okay. There's really not too much that's going on. Oh no, there was a new Mario Brothers trailer. Yeah, we'll watch that. Let me try to find that. Oh right, and Catherine Hahn was cast as Mother Gothel in the Tangled live action movie, which we kind of figured was gonna happen, you know? So there's that. Let's see. All right, trying to find the Mario trailer. Let's see here. You've got Project Hail Mary is debuting with 55% on Rotten Tomatoes. Should be pretty good. All right. Gosh darn it, where is it at? Mario, fucking Mario. There we go. Or was that yesterday? Did I miss that yesterday? I totally did. All right. I am very excited for the Mario movie. It's going to make a ton of fucking money. It is Super Mario Day. Tickets are on sale. Nice. I got to go buy my tickets. But I got to figure out, like, I got to figure out if I'm going to go see it before my kids and then take them to go see it, or if I'm going to just wait and take them to go see it.
There's a huge universe out there. With a lot of galaxies.
We gotta get everyone out of here. Go, go, go. Mamma mia.
What is the brush? Can anyone tell me what that is?
Release my father.
Over my dead body.
Fine with me.
My Koopas! Your king has returned! Long live the king!
The Bowser name shall be feared once more.
Oh no! Everyone calm down.
Toad, pack our things.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, princess, you're going to regret that.
Hello, maggots.
That looks like fun. And I'll tell you what I'm not looking forward to about that, right? No, I said no, Shogun. It was 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. Have I seen the AMC Cauldron Bucket? I don't know what the hell that is. So I'll tell you this, man, I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I think that is going to make a lot of money. I think it's going to make a shit ton of cash. I'm thinking at least it's going to make more money, I think, than the first one did. Absolutely. And I think that we're going to get a tease for what's it called? We're going to get a tease for Smash Brothers. I just have a feeling that's what's going to happen. So anyway. All right. It's a mini popcorn bucket. Yeah. Will it outperform Avatar 3? It's entirely possible that it will. Yeah. I'm not going to sit there and say that it won't, but I mean, it's entirely possible that it will outperform the third film or the third Avatar. I think that's the case largely because, it's like Avatar it's almost at 1.5 billion. I think it's going to end its theatrical run at about 1.5 billion. Obviously, that's rocking, like 700-800 million less than what it previously did. The last one did. But the fact that the movies were shot back to back, they would have a combined budget. And also the first fourth of the next Avatar film was shot as well. So that's going to be part of that budget as well. So the movie is like, think of Lord of the Rings. They shot Lord of the Rings back to back to back. So like the budgets all kind of like worked together. It's one of the reasons why like the budget for the Two Towers was, I think, like 95 million or something, you know, despite its scale and size and scope, because they had already built a lot of the sets, they'd already done a lot of the stuff, you know, it just kind of like worked together. The Hollywood accounting is like that. All right. So here's something I want to show you guys, because I wanted to show you all this last night. So over on Higgsfield, they've got this make your action scene, right? Build a world, pick your hero, raise the stakes, and cut a scene that makes people wish your film was real. It's an action contest. It's a $500,000 prize. There were 8,752 submissions. The winners are currently being selected. I didn't know about this till just the other day. But like, you know, you can look here to see which ones are trending. Okay. I want to just see some of these things. So let's see. This one is conspiracy theory. On their way to a music festival, a group of friends detours into a remote forest after hearing rumors of a secret elite gathering. So it's kind of, you know, cult shit. After accidentally witnessing a disturbing ritual, they flee in panic, and one of them vanishes during the escape. The story unfolds through a police interrogation where investigators attempt to separate paranoia, conspiracy, and truth from what really happened that night. And so this is the one. This is like the one with the most amount of views. It's 48,000 views on the Higgsfield website. So let's see if it's any good.
Social media was flooded with conspiracy theories after the reports of people disappearing. I never really paid attention to any of it.
People say they meet outside the city.
Come on, that's just internet nonsense.
If it's fake, why do they keep it off the maps?
People don't meet in the woods for book club. You go looking, something looks back.
Come on, Elite Club? It's just a story.
We're driving past that forest tomorrow anyway.
Yeah, or we could stick to the road trip and not chase internet myths.
What if it's not a myth?
I like the
heading
grain.
to a festival. A normal trip. Nothing unusual. But Brian, he started digging deeper.
Look, it says they gather oligarchs 300 miles from the city. Should we check it out?
Isn't that dangerous?
Come on, you said you don't really believe it.
Oh, this is totally Bohemian
Secret
Grove.
societies, private gatherings, elites settling their affairs far from prying eyes. He said it wasn't religion and not a cult.
If gold rises, governments fall.
Just a way to keep everyone bound together.
It's important the new members understand the gravity of the evening. You all know that initiation builds loyalty. Once tonight is concluded, there's no stepping back.
One day he called me and said we could see it all with our own eyes. But everything went wrong. When we turned toward that forest, it felt like we were being watched. We left the car nearby. I didn't even turn off the engine. I thought we'd be back in a few minutes. Back then, I didn't understand what we were getting ourselves into. Finding the place was too easy. And what we saw was worse than anything you could imagine.
See, this is interesting. It's not perfect. Oh, wow.
We decided to leave almost immediately. On the way back, Brian fell into a pit and just disappeared. We didn't even hear him hit the ground.
elites? Rituals? Do you even hear yourself? All right, I'm done listening to this nonsense. Detective, do you have any questions for her?
James, take her away. She's mocking us.
Well, the acting is shit. Why would they arrest her if she's reporting a crime? Oh, right. He's part of it.
I want them to suffer.
Okay, so I dug it. All right, I dug it. He fell down a heck of what it? I don't know. It was all right. It was all right. I think it's interesting in the sense that they, that they went looking for like the Bohemian Grove, kind of, and they see a ritual. There's I think you can find it on YouTube. It's a documentary by Alex Jones, of all people. It's from the early 2000s. I think it's called Dark Descent. And it's like him breaking into the Bohemian Grove and like documenting the insides of it and then getting out of there. After all these years, in the way that like he's cucked himself in the face of the actual Epstein files coming out, I have a feeling. I've always thought to an extent that Alex Jones was controlled opposition. And I'm wondering if he was sent in to do a documentary about the Bohemian Grove to more or less like get everyone to laugh at him for it, to like create enough of a conspiracy to where like nobody really cared. The last shot looks like it started with a music video. Yeah. Oh, it was no In Search Of. That's correct. It's not. The acting in that movie was marginally better. Only marginally better. But I thought it was okay. I wouldn't mind seeing that as a full movie. What do we got here? We got Scrap. All right. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. Yo, that guy got fucked up. How is he still alive? Holy fuck. What's that supposed to be? Is that gold paint or is that resin? I mean, that was actually pretty solid. That was pretty good. It was just 30 minutes of him drinking 2 bottles of wild turkey before he went into the Grove. Yeah. There you go. There you go. That was actually pretty solid. That I liked. That was more cohesive of an action scene than what we saw for the finale of Sinners. Here we go. Here's Have Fun.
Dad, I'm bored. What time are you coming back?
I'm very busy right now, son. I can't talk.
Yeah, fuck you, Billy. Summer vacation, bitch. Go get a job. What's he got there? Oh, it's got the old Nintendo. What? That doesn't even look cool. For Nintendo, but with a Nintendo. What the fuck?
Take that, zombies!
Dad's having a bad day.
Dad, I found the best video game in the world.
That's awesome, son. But Dad needs to get some rest now. Go play.
You know what? That was pretty good. Yeah, I would like to see more of this too. This was pretty solid. That was good. That was definitely compelling, right? I mean, like these are actually pretty good. I'm surprised. All right. Let's see here. Let's go this one. These are fun. They're short too. Good. A little loud. Mind.
At first, there was chaos. Eyes that wouldn't meet, each mind fighting its own war. Feet chasing paths that never crossed. But then, a gesture, maybe, a stillness. Something shifted. One step forward, then another. Hands once strangers learned to speak without words. No treaties, no flags, just one hand touching another. Like remembering something ancient. There was no need to understand, only to be there. The rest followed on its own. The turns, the crossings, that way of speaking without words. And when everything found its place, with no rules, no fear, what formed can be undone. Some things hold themselves together.
Is this supposed to be an action movie? Like, what's going on? Okay. This is supposed to be an action contest. Where was the action? You know, I don't know. Okay, here we go. In Despair at that 100,000 views and almost 1,000 likes. Okay. All right. Oh, shit. Jesus. Jesus Christ.
미안해. 지켜주지도 못해서.
괜찮아.
그래도 영원히 사랑하는 거 알지?
알지.
Wow. I mean, I like that he was like that he got wrecked because it's more realistic that way. That was pretty cool. That was actually pretty good. The action is the friends we made along the way. Very true. Very true. What I love is every time I start showing like AI video is people start dipping the fuck out, which is absolutely fucking fine. I think this shit's interesting to watch. This is obviously the future of where things are. And a lot of people I don't think are ready for it yet. Not all of it's good, mind you, but I think a lot of it's pretty interesting. There's a lot of submissions to watch. I definitely want to see more. Again, I find it to be the most interesting thing going on right now in Hollywood. Is this stuff, because we're going to get a lot of interesting shit out of it. Anyway, let's see where we are there. Oh yeah, these are all AI films. Yeah. This is the new stuff, man. This is where it's at. Later on, Mo, have a good one. Yeah, it's 11:30. I wasn't going to be on too long tonight. I was just going to chill for a little bit because I said I was going to go live for a little while. It's crazy just where things are. And I think that we are just going to be seeing a lot more of it as time goes on, But yeah, it's just kind of a slow day. So anything else going on? Anyone? So okay. Oh, Blarkin can't come on. Okay, it's all good. It's all good. So all right, yeah, I think I'm just gonna kill it. I'm just gonna end it. This is quick. So thank you all for chilling. I will talk to you guys probably tomorrow night. We'll see. I gotta try to get some sleep. And see ya.